Hello, in this video I'm going to break down the new, just came out 3 hours ago, not even 3 hours, let's have a look. It came out 3 hours ago. I'm breaking this down. I've already dug into the code here, and I'm going to explain everything in this video. How to get your tweets to a million bajillion people by doing XYZ. I'm going to explain what these are. So please watch this video, please like and subscribe, and if you want this document, you're going to have to follow my account on Twitter at AlphaStack1, and you can DM me and I will share this with you. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Goodbye. All right, so I'm going to start by just giving you my key takeaways, and then at the end of this video, I will say how this applies to you and what you should do. But I wanted to start very quickly with these things. First one is that in this new algorithm, AI is going to do much more than it did in the last ones. Second one is engagement is king. And this is because when you make a post, how people interact with that, how long they spend on it, if they like, reply, is really, really important. Third one, negative signals matter. This is because when you post, you also have a negative rating, which is going to show your tweet less to people if they, for example, if they block your account. The next one is in-network gets priority. This is important because if you have followers, they're going to see your posts very quickly. Whereas out of network, it's going to go through a different ranking algorithm. Diversity is enforced. This means that when your tweets are getting ranked by the AI algorithm, it's not going to look at it as your tweets as a whole. It's going to look at it individually. Is this single tweet good or not? Re-entry matters. Old tweets are filtered out. Again, this makes sense, right? There's a decay threshold where if you post something over time, it's going to get less and less views. And the last one, which is kind of interesting and kind of random in my opinion, is video gets special treatment. Especially if you have a longer video, then it's going to give your post a higher ranking. All right, so with that said, let's get into the big picture, the flow of things. I'm not going to really explain these things in too much detail, but essentially it's going to be following this this flow. So this is kind of the hardware stack, right? So first, it's going to fetch your history and your following list. Then it's going to be doing the candidate sourcing. This is really important. I'm going to talk about this in this video. The Thunder, oops, oh no. the Thunder versus Thunder versus Phoenix. Okay, these are the two different types of sourcing. And so Thunder is from like recent posts, the people you follow, kind of your local network, and then Phoenix is this new AI component of this. And then candidate hydration, this is using the metadata. There's going to be filtering, there's going to be scoring, diversity, selection, and post filters. Okay, so I'm going to break down all of these in this video right now. First, let's go through the positive signals. I think that these are important, so I'm going to spend a little bit more time on this. The first one, the most important one, is likes and favorites. If people like your post and they favorite your post, then it's going to be shown to more people. It's going to make your post have a positive weight. And the same thing applies for all of these here, right? So these are all giving positive weights. Replies, reposts, retweets, clicks, profile clicks, photo expands, video, quality views, shares by DM, shares by copy link, dwell time, and follow author. So all of these are going to give your post a positive weighting. And the higher the positive weighting, the more likely it's going to be shown to other people. There's also negative scores. If you're curious, I have actually quoted where this is coming from. So for example, this one, the weighted score, if I click this, it's going to this file here, and this is the file that's going to be doing this in the backend, right? When you're actually interacting with Twitter, this is the actual code that's going to be used. Here you go. Here's all the weights, right? This is the code that's actually going to be used to score your post. Going back, close that. There's also negative engagement scores. So there's 4 here, not interested clicks. So when there's a post, you can click the, I think, 3 dots and say not interested. If someone does this to your post, it's like, it's like shooting out your kneecaps or something. It really devalues your post. The other one is blocked author, mute author, report. Okay, so again, these are going to have a negative weighting on your post, so people are less likely to see it over time. And again, like I said before, there's a video bonus, which gives a little bit of a boost to your post if the video is at a certain length. Let me actually have a look. Is that in here? I'll try to get the time of the video later. So, next one. Let's go into the scoring system because, like I said, it's quite important. So it's going to go through 3 steps, I think. Yes, 4 steps. So the first one is the Phoenix prediction. So this is what I was saying about your scores, right? So it's going to use an AI model to score each of the posts that you have. And so it's going to go through all the things we mentioned before. So the likes, retweets, all that. It's also going to look at your kind of tweet history and also the context, like, is it a trending thing? Okay, so this is the first level. This is going to do the Phoenix predictions. Then it's going to put all this together and give you a weighted score. It's going to then have an author diversity penalty. This is the decay factor. So again, if your post is really old, or if you're posting, sorry, this one is actually if your feed is dominated by a certain person, like Elon is tweeting all day long, then it's going to decay his posts, hopefully. And then the fourth one, out of network penalty. So if the person is in your network, which means you are following them, then they do not get a penalty. So say, for example, if you don't follow my account, which you should follow my account at AlphaStack1 on Twitter. If you don't follow me, though, then my tweet is going to get a negative weighting. Let's see. So, and there's filters here. So these things are applied after the fact. So after your tweet has been scored, then there's going to be some filters. For example, like if it's too old, this one here. Let's see. You want a self-tweet, so you're not going to see your own tweets. If you're blocking someone or muting someone, you're not going to see their tweets. These are things that just make sense. Like it's not necessarily like an algorithm. It's just like you say to block a person, it's going to block it. This type of stuff. So if you've seen it before, it's going to hide it. All that kind of normal stuff. The retweet. So if I post and then if I post something on my amazing Twitter, which you should follow at AlphaStack1. If you follow my account and I post something, and then you retweet it, which you should, and then your friends retweet it, the more you retweet it, the less people are going to see it. Well, you know what I mean. Okay, and then we move on to the networks. So there's the in-network and the out-of-network. This is quite basic. So, well, the in-network means you're following them. They're your friends. Okay, out-of-network means you don't know them. Okay, and it's interesting in that they have two different content moderation for these two different networks, right? So if they're in your network, like a friend of yours, then the filtering is much more basic, or the scoring is much more basic. Essentially, if you follow someone and they make a tweet, then you'll probably see it, okay? And that's done in network. There's actually no AI used for this. It's kind of just basic stuff. So yeah, when you refresh, it's also going to be like when you load up, it's going to have some tweets saved from before, that type of stuff. Whereas the more interesting stuff, the new stuff, is this Phoenix, which is using Grok 1, I believe it is. Let me have a look somewhere in here. Yeah, Grok 1 open source. So this is the Phoenix is using Grok 1 open source to evaluate your tweets, which is what I just discussed. Okay, it's using a thing called they call it a two-tower model. If you're interested in that, you can look at the actual README of this file. It talks about this, but it's kind of just everything I discussed. And so, like I said, yeah, the Phoenix is the AI model. It's using the Grok 1 transformer architecture, like I said. It's going through this, I don't know if this is so important to be honest, but this is the flow that it follows, right? First, it's going to be hashing, hash-based embeddings, which is just a way to collect your information in an efficient way. This is important candidate isolation. I mentioned this before, but if there's two tweets in this kind of sorting, scoring system, if there's two tweets, they're isolated, which means one does not affect the other. For example, if I tweet about Elon going to Mars, and then my friend tweets about Elon going to Mars, these two things don't touch, they don't see each other. What else here? It is actually machine learning. So the model is trained on billions of engagement sequence, and it learns patterns like who likes tech tweets also like AI tweets. Okay, so it's learning from your history, learning from your likes, and then it's going to be using this to rank your feed. Okay, and I think, how long is this video? 8 minutes. Okay, so let's get into the actual actionable insights for creators. Do these things. Okay, so number one, optimize for replies and shares, because these have the highest engagement weights. So you want to ask questions, you want to create discussions, you want to make shareable content. So when you post, your goal is to have people talk to you, right, and reply. And the way you can do this is to create content that will incite questions and conversation. Next one is video content. As I said before, there's this special kind of boost for long videos, especially high quality long videos. And so if you have these in your video, you're going to get boosted. So video helps. Post consistently, but not too often, right? So it is important to space out your tweets or make each one exceptional. And this is because if you just post a bunch of crap in a row, it's going to start de-weighting those posts. Because if I see your post, for example, me, if you're following at AlphaStack1 on Twitter, which you should, and I post 10 tweets in one day, tweet number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, they're going to get de-ranked. Okay, so don't post too often unless it's exceptional. Next one, build your following. So like I said before, there's two scoring systems. One is in network, one is out of network. If someone follows you, it's much more likely that they're going to see your tweet. So you want them to follow you. That is very, very key, because that's like the easiest way to get into the system. You have them follow you. Engage authentically. So it does actually learn from your engagement. So if you like a bunch of tweets about AI, it's probably going to show you more tweets about AI. Right? This is how the Phoenix machine learning algorithm works. It learns from your past. Optimize for dwell time. So long form content keeps people reading scores well. So I said it before, but the amount of time they dwell on your post, the amount of time they spend looking at your post, the higher ranking it's going to get, the more likely another person's going to look at it. So if you have just a couple words, they're going to spend a couple seconds on it and move on. But if you have something that's kind of more interesting, more in depth, that they're going to kind of focus on, it could be a video, it could be like a long form post, but something that's going to have them spend a little bit more time, then that's going to get more views. And the final one, encourage profile clicks. So one of the things that boosts your post is if they see your post and they go to your account. I forgot the name for that. There's a term for that. But anyways, if they go from your post to your account, you get a boost from that. So you want them to do it. And again, there's negative weightings as well. So don't post clickbait that disappoints. Right? So if they click it and then immediately leave, that's going to hurt you. It's going to de-weight you. Don't spam. Like I said, the more you post in rapid succession, the less people are going to see it. Don't create content that people are going to block or mute. That's a very, very bad thing. It will start to de-rank your account. Don't rely only on impressions. Okay, so views don't matter as much. Actually, something to note here, right? I didn't mention much in this video, but views are not anything that's really tracked that much anymore. It's more about likes and retweets and comments. So don't create don't create posts that only cater to views. And last one, don't ignore your followers, right? So reply to the comments. The more engagement, the more the system's going to rank your tweets higher. Okay, and I have some more advanced strategies here. So the next one is understand your audience's engagement history. So if you want people to actually look at your tweets, then you have to understand who your audience is so they dwell more on your tweet. Next one, optimize for multiple engagement types. All right, so don't just go for a post for likes or click through. Try to mix these together, because the more of these kind of aspects you can hit, the higher your rating is going to be. Use media strategically. So photo expand engagement. So again, photos, videos, these things actually help to boost you. So use media if you can. Create follow-worthy content. Again, at the end of the day, if they follow you, that's the highest weighted signal, because then you are in their network. So it's really, really important that you can get them to follow you. And of course, avoid negative signals. That is all I'm going to say on this. I do have more about the technical pipeline here and the files. Let's see, what else do I have? So yeah, we kind of just talked about these things. So that's all I'm going to go over today. If you want this file, let's see, how about you follow me on Twitter and DM me, and I will share it with you. Okay? All right, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.